By the way, before we begin, you have to make sure to smash the like button.
I don't know how to do this video because it's both of our stories, but it's my channel.
But you tell it and I'll just...
I tell it?
You tell it and I'll just butt in.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
go.
deal. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Savannah Smiles. I don't have any lights here, but it would be really cool if that brick wasn't actually lights. It was actually LEDs. It's not brick.
Photoshop that.
Oh.
Just make it black and then the screen comes up and you're like, oh, look at the lights.
Perfect.
Cool.
I'll try to put a green screen effect on this and see what happens. So you guys are seeing what happens. But anyways, today's video in the spirit of Valentine's Day, not really because our anniversary, because our anniversary is not for a few months. We decided to do a video. Well,
you decided to do a video.
I decided to do a video, but you approved it, so.
Do I have a choice?
You approved it.
Could I have, okay, I approved it, apparently. All right.
You approved it.
I approved it.
Anyways, so we're doing this video today, which is our first date story. It's been super, super highly requested, so stop requesting it.
Drum roll. All right.
What am I drumming for?
Tell the story. It's been super requested that I approve.
You approved.
I approved it.
You were the one who technically asked me on this date, so what were your thoughts?
It was a Saturday.
Right.
And I figured I would be done with work at what, like 5, was it? I think it was 5. It was happy hour for sure. And you texted me at 4:30 that you were there.
I think I got there at 3:30 and I managed to kill an hour of time by myself. So on my half of it, this is the one time Graham has ever seen me early to anything, and I was really, really early. So I showed up down in Santa Monica at 3:30 and I killed an hour of time going window shopping down by the promenade. And then finally 30 minutes before, I'm like, okay, I really have nothing left I can do. So I finally texted him and was like, hi. I think it was maybe at like 4:15 because I think you got there about 4:30. Actually, for our first date, since we bonded so much over happy hour sushi, I think you chose a happy hour sushi place.
I did.
So I talked about how much I loved that with you, and I loved going, well, not like I loved that about you, but I loved going to happy hour sushi places.
I mean, you texted me early that you were there, and I think when you texted me, I just got in the car. I think I was planning to leave a little later, but I got in the car when you texted me.
So when I texted him, he's like, oh, go ahead and go over. So I did get us a table, and then I felt so awkward because one of the waitresses came over to the table like 4 times before you got there. I don't know why she was so on it with me, but I felt so awkward because she was like, are you ready? I'm like, no, my date's not here yet. And she's like, okay.
Really? My date?
Yeah.
I would just say like, oh, sorry, we're not ready yet.
You know how weird that would have sounded if I was sitting at a table by myself? I think like the 4th time she's like, you think your date's gonna come? I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, it's only been like 10 minutes, calm down.
Well, the dinner itself, I mean, what did we mention? We got a happy hour sushi. That was good. I think I got the sashimi because I didn't want to eat too like heavy.
Funny thing with this too, I was so nervous he was gonna dine and dash because you went to the bathroom like 6 times during our first date.
I don't think it was 6.
It was so many times.
And that's because I had a lot of coffee right beforehand. I wanted to like hype myself up. So yeah, I had probably too much coffee, and you haven't really eaten all day. It goes through yet, so.
So then after that, it was like 6 after we finished there, and I think 6-ish. And I guess I must have impressed him enough because I was showing him SpongeBob memes. I was trying to explain to you the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles meme. I don't know why you continued the date from this point because I know it was like, well, no, I'm not crazy. It's a meme. Let me show you the meme. And you're like, huh? And then I was a little worried too because it's like, oh, it's a meme. I'm like, but he's 29 and he should know memes. He's a millennial. But no, he does not know memes.
So what I said, we could walk down to the pier, which was, what, like a few minutes away?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just didn't want to give up my parking spot, so I'm like, how can I make the most use of this? Let's go to the pier. That was fun.
So we walked down to the pier, and as we're going down there, it's getting really touristy, and I think at this point on the pier was the first time I was with you and you got recognized. You got recognized a total of 3 times that night, and it looked really impressive to me because it was like, oh shoot, like he's a legitimate, you know, career dude. I knew that you were doing YouTube and real estate, and I thought, wow, he must be really legitimate. He's making a name for himself for people to recognize you. I thought it was really cool. It was like you were really making an impact on people. And I thought that was so cool that you had made so much of an impact. People wanted to come up to you and meet you and talk to you. And I thought that was really cool because it's just, you had this purpose, and it was neat to see that from the first date. Like I knew being with you would mean that I was with somebody with purpose. Even though I'm not finance all the time, 100%, like how you can just talk for hours and hours and hours. I love listening to you talk about it. And that was like the first little moment for me where it's like, oh wow, like he has something that he's so passionate about that I just want to keep watching him be passionate about. So we're walking down there, and then finally he goes, oh, you know what? I'm gonna grab us tickets to go on the rides. So you had talked a lot with me about how you were very frugal, how you didn't spend money. I'm like, these are expensive, and you wouldn't let me chip in. So I remember that we were standing in line for that first roller coaster, which is that orange one that you see on the Santa Monica Pier. And you're talking about your life, and I'm finding it so fascinating, and how you bought your grandparents' house after they passed away, and different items like that. I thought that was so cool. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, isn't this supposed to be the frugal guy? Why did he just buy this? It seems like a waste of money. We had such a good time though. Fun. So we went on that first roller coaster, and that was fun. You revealed that you don't like roller coasters. And then the next thing you took me on was the
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel, that's it. So when we were in line for the Ferris wheel, that's when you got recognized a second time. Again, this guy talked about how much you impacted his life and how much you've helped him. And again, that was a moment for me like, this is so cool. He's got such a purpose.
It was fun. I don't like heights too much. We had a great view, and things went well. So I don't want to kiss and tell.
What did we do after that?
We got dessert. Was it apple pie?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so we walked up to this place from the pier called Meat on Ocean. And at that point, the whole restaurant had closed down. I think it was like 11 at night.
No,
10?
It was earlier than that.
So anyways, it was about 10:30ish, and we go into Meat on Ocean. The restaurant's closed, but we could sit up at the bar top and go order a dessert. So we decided to do that. And then that's when the bartender recognizes you.
Yeah.
So that was person number 3. And again, just said, you managed to help me turn my credit score around. Now I'm gonna be able to apply for a home loan, and I'm saving up for my first down payment. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. Like, this isn't, I made an impact on people for little things. You were really, really making an impact on people. So that was like another little,
Getting people homes. That's what I do.
Getting people homes and, you know.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And 2 free stocks down below in the description. Because Webull is going to give you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform. And those stocks are potentially worth all the way up to $1,600. So besides getting people good credit scores and home loans, I could get you, right now, 2 free stocks using that link down below in the description.
So anyways, as we were finishing up our dessert, so it's the first time of Graham saying, which I love this, it was so cute. For our next date, I don't mind driving up to you. And I'm like, okay, so there's gonna be a next date. But I'm like feeling like, oh my gosh internally. But externally, I'm like, okay, yeah. Anyways, we finish up the dessert. We start walking back. He walks me back to my car. I think it's like 11:30, 11:45 at this point. It was a few minute walk back to the car. So it was around midnight by the time we get to the car. On the way back, he says, you know, I don't mind driving up to where you live. Just so you know. And I was like, okay. I don't think you remembered that you told me that while we were eating dessert. So I was like, okay, like I'm getting a second date. He still wants to go on another date with me after I ate most of the dessert, so that's a very, very good sign for me. As we get back to my car, he says, so for our next date, we could either meet halfway or I can drive all the way up to you. And I'm like, okay, I got it. You want to go on another date. And I told him, yeah, that would be really, really fun. But I'm not trying to play up the whole like, oh my God, kind of freaking out because I was super excited because I was really into Graham and he seemed to be really into me. And that's such a good feeling too, when you start to see somebody and you're really into them and they're really into you and you have this great connection. And with you, I'd felt this like amazing connection from the beginning that I had never felt before. So I was incredibly excited because it's like, oh, this guy, like it's really working out well. So again, you know, he says goodbye. We end up, I think, stalling until after midnight by the cars, just so that way we could say we had a 7-hour date is what we were going
I don't know, something over
7.5 hours.
It was like the next day, I don't know.
Yeah, we wanted to say, okay, well then I can see you on Sunday. And so we wait up till after that midnight mark. And I think at like 12:01, I hopped in my car and drove off and before I left, you were like, okay, you gotta text me when you make it home. And so I thought it was really sweet that you cared that much about me to make sure that I was gonna make it back to my home safe.
Yeah.
And that you wanted to go on a second date with me.
Yeah.
Very badly. You really did pull like all the moves though and all the stops. Like you really, really impressed me. I couldn't fall asleep that night. Even though it took me over an hour to drive home, I couldn't fall asleep because I was so excited about going on that next date with you.
Thank you guys for watching. Did you hit the like button yet though? We forgot to tell them in the beginning to hit the like button.
Okay. You want to say it now and then I'll just insert it?
By the way, before we begin, you have to make sure to smash the like button.
All right, guys. Oh wait, you want to see if you can do my outro?
Yeah.
So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Savannah Smiles. Make sure to subscribe. Smash the subscribe button. Like the YouTube algorithm. Add me on Instagram. I have affiliate links down below in the description. Amazon, all my camera equipment, my Amex, gold card. You get points. I get points. We both get points. And don't forget to end the video in the middle of a sentence.
That was really good.
Yeah, thanks.
All right,
There we
with that said, don't forget